Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kennedy Compound. I'm your host, Mark Kennedy. This is Bold Predictions, Week 4. We're going to determine who wins, who loses, and by exactly how much in the SEC this week as they play some football. All right. So to start, a couple things. I was informed some people have been watching my videos, which you should be liking and subscribing to. Helps with the algorithm. It means other people, when they go looking and searching, they'll see me, and then they have to put up my nonsense. Anyway, so people give me a little critique. They said, well, it's like your images aren't like light enough. Actually, I think they were saying I wasn't too bright, but anyway, so we've added some lighting, and who knows, we may even bring a microphone if you want to hear me even worse. Anyway, bold predictions. We got 10 games. We got one big one, 2 or 3 really interesting ones, and we got some cupcakes. A little bit of everything for everybody. So let's get started in this nonsense. So your 11 o'clock game, you have Florida at Mississippi State. This is like, you hear the concept of two ships passing in the night. Well, this is two ships that are sinking in the night. So they're both going down. This is the bowl for last place in the SEC. Both teams, well, there's some struggles, but I think the difference in these teams is one is ultimately trending in the right direction. The other one is trending down. So State, you got some things to figure out, but you're new. You're working on it. Time will help. Florida, this is it. I mean, I would say that your season hinges on this, but no, your season's gone. So this is who needs this win worse? State needs it for a building block. Florida needs it just to maintain some semblance of dignity. It's a hard game to pick. State, I had to flip a coin. It was a 280 coin though. So anyway, I just can't see a untested new rookie coach and rookie team, no matter how crappy they are, beating a horrible, crappy yet seasoned coach and team. I hate to say this, but looks like I'm going to have to take my bold prediction, Florida over Mississippi State. I got it. Florida 27, Mississippi State 21 is my bold prediction. It would not shock me. See, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen here, but I just don't think that. This is a situation where experience, no matter how bad it is, beats inexperience, no matter how bad it is. So, anyway, good luck to both of you. I'm not rooting, not hating on anybody, but y'all. This actually, oddly enough, could turn out to be a really good game to watch. You might want to tune in and see it. I mean, it could be interesting. It's going to be well matched. Second game, this is your 11:45 game, and look, SEC, you ESPN, who's responsible? The WB, I don't know who's responsible for this, but whoever is coming up with these odd times, you're freaking me out, man. You're freaking me out. Anyway, we got Ohio at Kentucky. Ohio, I don't know much to tell you about them. They're going to go to Kentucky. They're going to get paid. They're going to fall on their sword and die. And that's how it goes. But Ohio, what I've seen, you do a little bit of, how do I put this? Analysts use what they refer to as advanced metrics in the college football world, trying to determine who's going to win. And that's where they go wrong. See, football is not in meters, it's in yards. So you should be using advanced yards, and that's what I do. So the advanced metrics, that just got you all messed up. My advanced yards tells me Ohio is a little bit better team than you think, but they ain't as good as Kentucky. Kentucky played really great against Georgia, and you probably should have won a game. Probably could have won a game if their coach would go for it on fourth down late in the game. You knew you weren't going to get the ball back. Why did you do that? Anyway, so I've got it from my bold prediction here. Kentucky 31, Ohio 17. Kentucky could score more points than that. We'll find out. I got a feeling that Ohio is going to score a few, though, something that you didn't expect. Could be wrong. It could be more like a 42-10 game, but I just call it a hunch. When you play a team like Georgia, it takes a little bit out of you next week, and you're going to have a little bit of a letdown. I think that's where it's going to go. So it'll be a win, though. That's okay. Next up is the first of what I call the compelling games. Now, you've got Arkansas at Auburn for your 2:30 kickoff. Where to go with this? Okay, first off, you got two coaches that are pretty much on a hot seat. Sam Pittman is on the hot seat. Hugh Freeze, he's on a hot seat, but it ain't quite as bad. He's still got a little time to go. Sam, you got some problems. Now, in my assessment of watching these two teams play, Auburn is first off, you got quarterback controversy. They brought in this new quarterback. He's a true freshman, and he throws the ball better. So DJ Lagway has looked really, really good. He looked a lot better than Peyton Thorne. And Peyton Thorne, if I understand, Peyton Thorne's going to sit on the bench. They're going to let Lagway tee off. He's the man. We'll see how it goes. Arkansas, on the other hand, it's like they're their own worst enemy. But if you watch them, they're not bad. I mean, they play good, but it's just like something. They're just that something keeps them just getting over the top and winning the game. Now, here's what you need to know about these two teams. Auburn is wild and inconsistent, but can be good. Neither one of them's really bad teams. Arkansas gives up a lot of running yards, but they play good. I hate to be the one to say this. My bold prediction, and this actually goes by the way, it goes against Vegas, so keep that in mind. My bold prediction, I've got Arkansas actually going into Auburn and winning 28-24 in a really tough game. So that's a bold prediction. We're talking bold. I forgot. I've seen some Vegas stuff, and I really don't pay much attention to it. I don't go in there and say, "Oh, Vegas says they're 5-point favorites. I better make my predictions on that." No, I base it on it. The advanced metrics, no good. Advanced yardage, good. Always go with the advanced yardage here in the U.S. We don't do that European crap. Anyway, so once again, my bold prediction: Arkansas 28, Auburn 24. It's going to be a good game. You should watch this. Next up, we have at 2:30, UCLA at LSU. Now, LSU, you already had your a taste of California, USC. In a game you should have won. Yeah, I need those cameras that zooms in on you. I guess anyway, I don't have to do it myself. So you should have won the game. Well, you can get that taste out of your mouth now. UCLA has not looked very good. They're an ACC team now. Sorry, I'm gonna get on a plane, fly from the West Coast to the East Coast to play in the ACC. Stupid. Anyway, whatever. Okay, LSU, you had a nail biter. Should have lost to South Carolina, but hey, you did what you had to do. You stayed alive. A win's a win. SEC win, that's good. That's all you need. This game, well, I think you'll feel a little bit better about this one. My bold prediction, I got LSU 34, UCLA 14. I think UCLA is not going to enjoy their trip to the Bayou. Even though it's not at night, which I'm surprised. I can see this would be like a 7 o'clock kickoff, and like the Cajuns come out onto the woodwork, like some crawfish, some gumbo. I kind of saw that happening, but it won't matter. 2:30, they're going to beat them. All right. Next up, we have Vanderbilt at Missouri. This is a 3:15 kickoff, and I gotta tell you, we're talking about the compelling games. This is your compelling game. Now, Missouri's good. They're undefeated. Everybody's got them, they're 6th, 8th, 10th, whatever in the team. Got them way up in the rankings. A lot of this is based on they were good last year. They got an easy schedule this year, supposedly. You never know how easy your schedule is until you play it. But they really think Missouri's going to cruise into the playoffs. They did not expect Vanderbilt to be good this year. What you need to know about these two teams is they've each played a tough game. Well, I should say a tough team. They've each beaten a tough team. Vandy does have a loss last week in a game that they really should have won. They had the game won. Let the team march down like in the waning seconds and score a touchdown to win it. And what this all ultimately tells me, using advanced yardage instead of advanced metrics, Missouri at home is probably a better team. And that's okay. The question is how much better? Because we're picking scores here, right? I'm not saying they're going to win, they're going to lose. Okay, it's fine, but how much? What's the score? And that's the key here. So it's going to be a good game. Missouri, I've got as my bold prediction: Missouri 27, Vanderbilt 21. Going to be a close game. Uh, Diego Pavia, the elegant quarterback of Vanderbilt, he makes things happen. He really does. And just call it a hunch. They're going to make this a good game. They really are. And don't be shocked. I mean, I don't predict Vandy upset, but I do predict a very tough game. Let's see how this pans out. Next up, this is the game. 6:30 kickoff. We have Tennessee at Oklahoma. Okay, let's take a trip back in time. 3 months ago, Oklahoma is coming to the SEC. They're going to be so good. In Tennessee, we're going to come in and we're going to show some people. No, you ain't going to show me anything. 3 months ago, the pundits was like, this is going to be a really good game. And we know Tennessee's going to be good, but they're just not going to be that good at Oklahoma. Yes, they are. I'm sorry. Oklahoma's got a very beat up offensive line. They're beat up. They're brand new. Their quarterback's been dinged some too, but he's in the game. The question for Tennessee, well, first of all, let me say this. Both teams have extremely good defensive lines. You're not going to run real well against Tennessee. You're not going to run real well against Oklahoma. So quarterback play is going to matter. Now, the Oklahoma quarterback, keep in mind Oklahoma's quarterback. He's new to the team, but he's a veteran. He's a transfer. Let's try this one more time. Nico E.A. Malelava. I cannot say it. Hey, this is week 3. I'm going to tell you before the end of the season, I'm going to get it. Nico E.A. Malelava. Is that right? I've got it written out here phonetically. E.A. Malelava. I'm going to get it one day. I'm going to say that one day and just look in the mirror. Practice that name. Anyway, he's supposed to be the greatest thing ever. But they have played a really good game against a really good team, which they beat. But he made some mistakes in the game. I think he had 2 interceptions. One was a pick 6. So how will he do against a really quality team and against a quality defense? Going to be interesting. Here's what I got. My bold prediction, and just everything says should at least be a tight, tough, close game. And a lot of things, it really says that Oklahoma probably should win this. This is bold predictions, and we don't do anything wimpy here. I got bold prediction. Tennessee 38, Oklahoma 24. That's a 14-point lead, win, victory, whatever you want to call it. Why? Well, I just got to go with the advanced yardage. I took the advanced metrics, threw them out. Advanced yardage says that's it. We're going to see how this goes. I'm just thinking that when it comes down to crunch time, Tennessee is just an overall better team. And ultimately, that defensive front for Tennessee is going to kill that offensive line for Oklahoma. That's what the game is based on. Watch that. That's the key. Next up, we have Akron at South Carolina. This is in the cricket shirt because there's not much about this game. Anyway, Akron. I know how much Ole Miss often pays people to come get killed on their field. Akron, well, you are too. We're not even talking much about this. South Carolina had a hard-fought game last week. We don't know how much you took out of them, but this ain't going to take nothing out of them. South Carolina, 42-6 over Akron. You're going to kill them. Anyway, this is the break that you need after a big game like that. You're all stressed out. Well, enjoy. Next up, we have Bowling Green at Texas A&M. This is another 6. These are all 6:30 kickoffs I've been talking about, by the way. Bowling Green, what you need to know about them is they played Penn State real tough a few weeks ago. I mean, we're talking, I think it was a 34-27 loss to Penn State at Penn State. I think that's right. Either way, they almost beat them. They played them tough. So now Texas A&M's got to deal with that. Okay, they're going to deal with that. So I've got a bold prediction. Texas A&M 38, Bowling Green 17. I don't think I'll have any trouble with them. I think the problem with Penn State is well, they had good defense, and even though they scored a lot of points on them, and that's the one thing that makes me think weird about this too. Not a big offensive team, and they put 34 points on this Group A. I just see Texas A&M being a lot harsher to them. So that's it. My bowl prediction, once again, Texas A&M 38, Bowling Green 17. Next up, Georgia Southern at Ole Miss. Now, I think I mentioned last week, this is like playing video games. Ole Miss started off with this first game. And then the second game was a little bit better in competition. It's literally like a video game. Each time you go from level 1, 2, 3, and 4, you go up a level, go up a level, go up a level. And this is the fourth level. And then this will be, to date, the toughest team they've played. So is this team actually, Georgia Southern, better than Wake Forest? Actually, I believe so. They got into a shootout with Boise State. And Boise State is considered, whatever damn conference they're in. I can't remember what conference they're in. But anyway, Boise State's considered a good team. And they wound up losing, I think it's 56-45 was the final score. And this team hangs points on folks. They're good for what they are. They're a good team. So it's going to be a test. And basically, like I said, you've taken, this is level 4 of Jumanji. So anyway, so Ole Miss is going to have a little bit tougher team. It's still not a threat. But each time, it's a little tougher, a little tougher, a little tougher. The water's getting a little hotter. And how are you going to respond to this? Well, I think they're going to respond to it. Ole Miss, bold prediction, 45, Georgia Southern 9. See, and this is how this works. See, first game, Ole Miss gave up 0 points. Next game, 3 points. Next game, 6 points. This game, 9 points. Next week, Kentucky, maybe 12 points. We'll see. We'll talk more about that later. That's a week away. But that is my bold prediction. Ole Miss, 45, Georgia Southern 9. It'll be a little bit more of a test. And I've noticed something which I'll talk more about later on in some of the videos. I see some stuff that Ole Miss is not doing defensively. In fact, there was a hint of it last week when they went up against Wake Forest. But there's some stuff they're hiding. And we're going to see how that plays out as the teams get tougher. We shall see. Next up, we have Louisiana Monroe at Texas, 7 o'clock. What you need to know here is Louisiana Monroe beat the crap out of UAB. UAB almost beat Auburn. So, I mean, like, you're comparing apples and apples here, sort of, right? You know, see, it's like this team's better than this, who's better than that, who's better than that, who's better than this. So there's a relationship here. A team that almost beat Arkansas got murdered by this team. So what's that mean for Texas? Nothing. It don't mean a thing. Okay, so what you need to know is Quinn Ewers is injured. They said he could play this week, but why would you want your starting quarterback to play when you've got an Arch Manning sitting there going, oh, yeah, give me the ball. Anyway, and also you got the crowd saying, oh, you better give him the ball. So, yeah, that's how that works, too. Just so you know, Quinn Evers is like a Heisman Trophy candidate, and their fans don't care. They say, get him off the field. We want to see Arch. That's really going on out there. And that's going, if Arch comes in and does some serious damage, then he's going to cause a controversy, which he shouldn't. The coach needs to stick to his guns, stay with Quinn Evers, ride the season out, hand the reins over to Arch next year, and just ride into glory. That's the plan. Stick with it. But what's he going to do? Well, I'll tell you what Arch is going to do. He's going to beat him 48-14. That's my bold prediction. Texas 48, UL Monroe 14. Texas does get a few points here and there every now and then, so that's my bold prediction. And that's about all I've got for this week. And a couple teams, slackers, we're just going to hide in our cave and prepare for next week. Well, that happens to be Georgia and Alabama, and they're playing each other next week. So I want you to wrap your minds around this. You're giving Kirby Smart and DeBoer 2 weeks to scheme against each other. I mean, that week, tell me this people aren't going to be watching that game. This guy will be. So anyway, that'll be interesting. Imagine that's, I'm pretty excited about that. And I really got to ponder this too, because I've got an idea of what I'm going to predict, but we'll talk about that next week. That's all I got for this week. Remember, like, share, subscribe, tell people about this. Go to Vegas, bet the world on this. Don't hold me responsible when you lose. Had somebody played last week. They actually used my numbers last week and did pretty good. Didn't say they're great. They're not rich yet. But this week we're going to put them over the top. So anyway, that's all we got. once again, y'all check in me again next week, and hopefully by then I'll actually get a haircut. I don't know if you followed me or not closely, but yeah, the lack of a haircut is becoming disturbing. Anyway, we'll catch y'all folks next time. Until then, have a good one.